Okay, we're going to finish this video by looking at color range and refine edge. So I've got my two images still pulled up here. I'm going to go ahead and separate them, grab my move tool and drag them out. Okay, so on this first one, what I want to do is I want to go up to select and color range, and my goal is going to be to grab the black in this image. Obviously this is going to be the easiest because I just have two colors, so we should be able to see it pretty easily here. On image, I have image selected down here. I'm going to click the color that I want to be selected. So I'm going to select the black. I'm going to hit selection, and you can see how I've got this white sprocket and the circle that are bright white. I've got the words up here that are a little bit grayer. So my goal is to get everything bright white, because I want everything that's white. That's going to represent my selection. So I want to make sure that if I want it to be selected, it's bright white. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to say OK. I can choose what I want to do with it. If I want to put it on its own layer, I would go Command J, or if I want to fill it with a different color, I've got pink in the background here, so I'm going to go Command Delete, and that's going to fill that. Obviously I don't want to leave it pink, so I'm just going to hit X on my keyboard and go Command Delete again. X is the keyboard shortcut that flips those foreground and background colors back and forth. Okay, I'm done demonstrating with this image, so I'm going to go Command D and deselect that, and I'm going to take my move tool, move that over. I'm even going to minimize it because I think we're done with it. This other image is a lot more complex. I'm going to go back to the beginning so you can see what it looked like originally. Okay, so if I were going to select a color from this image, let's say I wanted to shift a certain color, I wanted to affect it, I wanted to work with my highlights, whatever it may be, I can use color range to help me get started. So if I click color range here, and let's say we want to work with the sort of cyan color in the background and the highlights. I'm going to click in that image on a certain area and go to selection. Now if you want to use your selection to click on it, you can see how it's affecting it as well. Those bright colored areas, those whites, that's where the selection is. And I can lower that and really try to fine tune it if I want to. And I'm going to go with this right here. Notice that you can also use these preset colors that are loaded in here. And if you have a solid red, if you have a yellow, it's a lot harder for it to seem to work in an image like this, but in my other image, the logo, this might have been a really positive thing to use those colors with selection. So just another option. I've used the eyedropper, this sampled colors, and that seems to work the best in an image like this. So I'm going to say OK. And I have selected those areas with that color from my eyedropper. So at this point I can decide what I want to do with it. Maybe I want to go in and use an adjustment layer like hue and saturation. Maybe I want to work with the adjustment layer for levels. I have all different kinds of options. Now if you don't see an option for refine edge, you can go up to, you can go select and then refine edge right there. So select is under it's under the selection menu, and just go to refine edge, and this is going to help you to refine your selection even more if you want to. If you'd like to feather that selection, you can see how the edges are getting a lot softer. I'm going to crank it up so you can really see it. It almost looks like spray paint now. So I'm going to bring this back down. I don't need it to be feathered that much, but know that you can adjust your radius of your selection if you want to. You can smooth it out. You can use you can work by increasing the contrast if you need to. Then you can say OK, and it should return to your selection, and continue to adjust your image from there. So these are various ways that you can make a selection based on color. I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. One more thing to note though, I can go Command H to hide my selection if I need to, just to see what it looks like in the background of my image, or I can go Command D to deselect it. So I'm going to stop there, and just as a review, we've looked at color range, and color range is located under the selection menu, and we've also worked with refine edge, and refine edge is also under the selection menu. So, okay, I'm going to stop it there.